In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Well, hello and welcome to A Show Called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
Oh,
it's
we're
a good
back.
newspaper.
We're all just bursting with joie de vivre.
January
and-
excitement. I
Yeah,
think they call
we
it.
Yeah.
we've just had Blue Monday, haven't we?
Did we?
That was the Monday of this week.
Was it really?
Blue Monday, the most depressing day of the year.
Oh, that was my wedding anniversary.
Way!
I'm so sorry. I thought it was your anniversary this week.
Oh well.
In that I got a
Can't win it all.
notification saying 2 years ago you were here
You were grooving
at John's
on.
wedding. I was like, oh yes, they're
Yeah,
probably
I
their
think I was
anniversary
there.
today then.
Well, I'm glad you had a notification to remind you, because you may have been I'm sure you have no other memories
What date
of that
was it
day.
on Monday? I can't remember.
Was it?
21st? 20th?
No, but 20th.
But it
Exactly.
wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
It
I said.
wasn't a Monday, your wedding day, was it?
No.
It's a Saturday.
Saturday. So that's
Yeah.
so you weren't married on Blue Monday.
No,
Whew.
because we started our honeymoon on Blue Monday.
Nice.
But
That's
of
one
course-
way to combat it.
But we travelled so far, it became Orange Tuesday.
Yes, that's
Thank
right.
you,
That's what
thank
it
you.
is.
That's a very clever joke.
Where does
yeah.
Shrove Tuesday fit into all this? I thought it was Orange Wednesdays.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Oh, you've messed that up.
Way to ruin that.
I'll fix that in post.
you
You're going to say you're just going
just cut me saying Shrove, and you can say you put it in your sentence.
yeah.
It'll
Every
be
time
fine.
you open your mouth, it'll just be a fart noise.
How would that be different from any other episode?
Oh, I appreciate your honesty.
Come on.
Lads.
So we were talking off air, as in before we went on air, about how
On air suggests this is live.
Okay.
It's recorded.
I think it's live.
Okay.
yeah.
All right, it's live.
Nick's still here.
Oh yes. I can't see because we got new microphones and his face is largely obscured.
Yeah, this is true, yeah.
Oh yeah. The microphones are even higher. The arm is even more intrusive.
Yeah, I feel like I'm talking into an oil refinery.
We might as well be in different rooms.
God willing, one day. But no, we were talking off air. We were all saying like, and maybe it is a run-on factor from Blue Monday. But I think we're all feeling maybe a little under the weather, maybe a
Jaded.
little
Yeah.
kind
Feeling a
of.
bit jaded.
I was feeling like most of today, I was feeling sort of like I'm not in a podcast place to be like silly and funny and
Well,
sound
and
mildly
yet here we
amusing.
are.
And yet here we are trying to pull it out for our
Ain't
listeners.
stopped you for 49.
Whoa!
Oh, that's good humour. That ooh.
But no, I mean, I have that strange feeling, like kind of deep inside my chest,
Oh no.
where I'm like,
It's guilt.
well,
for what you did.
No, it's pushing the guilt out of the way. Like,
Okay.
the guilt is always present, but now it's got a neighbour where it kind of feels like you've swallowed a pine cone.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this little kind of feeling deep inside, and you feel, am I ill, or am I,
Or did I eat a pint?
or did I eat a pine cone? That's for sweet things. Because I repeatedly get this thing where I feel like I'm getting ill, and then I'll go, I bet tomorrow I'm going to wake up. I'll be sick
You
as
can't
a
live
dog.
your life like that.
But I
John.
feel like
No.
you're letting it in with that. So you get the feeling, sure.
Yeah.
But then when you start to think, oh, this feeling means I'm getting ill, then you're
But
weaker.
no, but it never happens. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see.
So when it comes about, I'll be like, oh, this is it. I'm gonna get ill.
Here it
I'm gonna
is.
wake up tomorrow,
Yes.
sick day. Wake up in the morning, I feel great.
Yeah. Oh damn it! I feel great. Oh,
See, I am
God.
literally the opposite way around. So most mornings I wake up and I feel so awful just by virtue of having to force myself out of unconsciousness that I'm like, yes, this is the day I die. I see now. And then by sort of mid-afternoon, I'm like, I feel amazing.
Yeah.
It's not until like in the mornings, like it's not until like your fifth hot dog that you're even close to the Nick we know
Yeah.
and love.
Yeah, plus my 9th cup of coffee.
I just wake up confused every morning. Oh, what's going on? Oh, I don't live here. Oh, and then I remember I've lived there for like a year.
What day is this? Is this
Yeah.
Christmas Day? You boy, buy me a goose. That sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Then I think, oh, that was a weird dream, and then I instantly forget what it was. And then I go and have a shower and
Go about
sort
your
of
business.
turn back into myself.
Oh yeah, shower. I should probably do one of those.
Yeah,
At some point.
that
been-
does
it's been a
help
while.
occasionally.
Speaking of adulting,
Oh no.
Oh,
hashtag.
Why'd you do that?
Not only did Lucy and I just celebrate our second year of wedded bliss.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you. We've been together for 50. We've been in our house maybe like a year and a half.
Sure.
Oh.
And
What, actually living here
yes,
a year and a half?
yes,
Under the roof.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
near-
didn't live here initially?
no, nearly a year and a
No.
half.
Okay.
Once for renovation
I didn't think
work
it was that
done.
long.
No, actually no. It's maybe like October, November, December, a year and 4 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Good. Well, that's a very notable anniversary.
just as I have finally stopped building, decorating, painting, the first thing has started to break.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What's breaking?
It begins.
The sealant in the bath.
Oh no.
Outrage.
Shouldn't it last longer than 12, 14, 16
I think it
months?
should. I think it should. But like
whatever 12 plus 4 is.
But we shower. Some might say incessantly,
What, too much?
as in it's on now. No one's in there. We just like to keep
Right,
it
have it
moist.
right, just in case.
You never know.
Yeah.
Warming it up for the morning when we
Yeah.
get
You
in.
might just
Yeah.
want to jump in.
But no, but there is. I think the sealant is fine. It's only in this one patch. It just so happens that it's lifting.
Ah.
So like, there's a bit of like black nasty underneath.
Oh, not black nasty.
That's
Yeah.
not what you want.
My favourite pirate curse.
You know, there are many ways to spend your anniversary. Segue.
Mm-hmm.
After we went to Oxford and after we spent a day kind of wandering around, we came back to our little Airbnb place. What was on the TV? It's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh.
World's End.
World's End. Which one's that one? The
The-
fourth one?
Oh,
Third one?
one.
Oh, the really bad one.
Well,
How many
yeah.
are there?
Five.
Oh god, I've only watched one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Johnny Depp is still making them. Which one have you watched?
The first one.
Oh, that
That's
makes
probably
sense.
the best one.
I didn't realise there were more than 3.
There was a
if I'm honest.
trilogy, and then they did 2 more. For
Did
some
they?
reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I haven't seen the
Without
fifth
any
one.
of the original cast apart
Pirates
from
don't
really
Johnny
do
Depp.
it then.
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Pirates don't really do it for
Pirates
me.
were the Jedi of the day, really.
Yeah. What day was that?
Pirate Day.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
International Pirate Day.
Yesterday. Thank you.
Whatever you did.
I was working hard on that, but like doing pirate, like
That looked like a real struggle for you to
it
get
was.
there. then.
I was going like yar.
I've thought about this before. The pirate accent is really just the word "yar." That's it.
Yes.
Because if you say anything else in that accent, it's just garbage. It's just you putting a silly voice on.
I just think of The Simpsons again when I think of Yar. And on Thursdays, I run the projector.
the West Country accent
Yeah.
and the pirate accent are
Indistinct.
there's a lot going on there. The context is if you just take, if you put like a jug of cider in that person's hand, you
Instead
go,
of rum.
you go, oh, he's a scrumper, he's a country boy, he's a hobbit, but you
Wurzel
put-
Gummidge.
you
And then you swap
give
that
him an
out.
eye patch and
Yeah.
a little hat, and you go,
Parrot and
he's
a leg.
Yeah, he's a pirate.
Give him a leg.
Yeah.
He's on his way to a West Country Halloween pie.
Yeah. Did you enjoy Pirates of the Caribbean: World's End?
I don't think I've ever enjoyed Pirates of the Caribbean: The World's End
No, I don't think anyone has.
because I saw the first one
Yeah.
years ago, liked it.
That was a revelation.
Curse of the Black
At
Pearl.
the time.
Yes,
At the time.
I was like, this is a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good solid
Everyone's
movie.
like, this is so much better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's a movie of a ride. What are the chances?
Then I never saw the second one.
It's not amazing.
And then in my final year of uni, after a night drinking, we went to a midnight screening
Oh.
of Pirates of the Caribbean: The World's End.
Great stuff. I mean, you hadn't seen the
What a
second one,
night.
which those 2 movies are literally part 1 and part 2 of
Yes.
the one story. So you were already ill-equipped, and you were also drunk.
Yes.
So great work.
So I've never entirely understood what the hell was going on, but I've heard.
Weirdly, no one does.
No, that's the thing. I felt
I'm
maybe.
still not sure I understood the first one. Orlando Bloom was the bad guy's son.
No.
No.
Then I
That's,
didn't
that's
understand it.
categorically wrong.
His dad did not even appear in the movie.
and isn't important to the overall story in any way.
Oh, then I definitely misunderstood it.
I think you're
Didn't
watching.
he cut his hand at the end on the treasure?
No, that was.
I think
Orlando
you're-
Bloom did.
Were you watching Seabiscuit?
Oh yeah, that's it. I was. Oh no, I was watching pornography.
That's,
that's
it.
right.
Wasn't Seabiscuit like the McDonald's promotional tie-in?
I'll have a McSeabiscuit,
I'll have a
please.
Seabiscuit.
It's basically a McFillet, but
Yeah.
they have to serve it. They have to wink while serving it to you. No, it was like there
I'm
was.
sure Orlando Bloom cut his hand on some
He
treasure.
was the son of Bootstrap Bill.
Johnny Depp cuts his hand on some treasure, I'm pretty sure.
Orlando Bloom, because he's the son of a pirate.
Yes. There's a curse.
Yeah, of a black pearl.
Kind of.
Is that the name? Is the
That's
curse?
the
Johnny
ship, isn't
Depp's
it?
ship,
That's
but
the
it's
ship.
the curse of the pirates who were the crew of the Black
But is that the
Pearl.
subtitle
that's
of the
not
movie?
quite as-
Curse of the Black Pearl is, yeah.
That's not quite as catchy a title, is it?
No, not as
The crew, the curse of the crew who once sailed on this boat. That
parentheses,
one time.
technically.
Brackets with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a curse which meant that they were undead. 'cause
We're going to get there eventually.
They'd stolen,
Gold.
like curse gold.
Yes.
What curse is gold?
Magic?
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
yeah. Spaniards.
Probably Spaniards.
I think
I
they
was
were
going to say Spaniels.
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 Yes.
Spaniels.
No, it was
Spaniels.
Spaniels.
Yeah.
Seize the gold.
Sea Spaniels.
Sea Spaniards.
Sea Spaniels cursed
We've lost
Johnny
our way.
Depp's gold.
Johnny Depp's son, Bootstrap Bill. That's not
Who
it.
Orlando Bloom went on a date with.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Mermaids.
And there was something like they had to break the curse, which made them immortal.
Yeah, they didn't want to be immortal because they couldn't feel anything.
Yes, they couldn't eat anything.
Mackenzie
either.
taste
Crook.
anything, yeah.
Mackenzie Crook was one of them.
He
was.
Yes!
Gareth from The Office.
Get in.
And
So yeah, to cancel
they
the
had
curse, what did they have to
to
do?
return all the gold pieces.
To that's right, to the chest.
And
Yeah.
then for some reason they had to spill blood on the gold.
blood was involved, but I
It
think
was.
I think blood was involved to get the curse.
I
'Cause
remember
think
someone.
That's why Johnny
cutting their
Depp does it.
hand.
This isn't good audio.
No.
We're badly remembering a movie from 100 years ago, and our listeners will be like, "No, it was this, you idiots."
Hello.
That's fine.
Hello and welcome to Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yeah.
Fangs of Johnny Depp, which is our official Pirates franchise rewatch podcast.
Let's just make this episode a spin-off.
Except we haven't watched it.
every
This is where we
episode,
sit around talking about a movie we don't remember.
every episode we describe the plot of Pirates of the Caribbean: World's End
As best that we can remember.
without ever having seen it
Yeah.
or doing any research.
Yeah.
This is stone cold SEO gold. We want to get on this right now.
Hashtag pirates.
Stone Cold SEO Gold.
Which is actually, that was the name of the curse.
That was
I
the
believe.
sixth movie, wasn't it? That's
Uh,
still in development, I think. Stone Cold SEO Gold.
So we'll just have to leave that plot thread dangling.
Oh, the
Yeah.
suspense is
Yeah.
killing me.
Okay.
I think that loads of people are going to get over it. Like I already am. To be brutally honest,
I
with you.
can't remember what we were
Okay.
talking about.
Off air, we will workshop our Pirates of the Caribbean tie-in podcast,
Rewatch
Okay.
podcast.
rewatch podcast
For patrons.
for patrons only.
Gar.
That's a shame.
Yar! Don't support online piracy. Support your friends through Patreon.
Patreon.
Patreon. Join us on Twitter.
You wouldn't steal a friend's podcast.
Yeah. Not this one.
But no, ostensibly this show has a point.
Oh.
Yeah. Who would like to get us started? Oh,
look.
Chris Ray.
Oh,
I've
Chris
got my
Ray.
hand
Oh,
in the
Chris
air.
Ray's hand up.
Like
Yeah.
I just don't care.
You're really keen, so
and
you
I,
must.
and I don't.
You have a lot of hate.
Well, I'll give you my hate.
Go on.
Tell us
Because
about
I
it.
said I would.
Stud.
Vegan food that piggybacks on the good name of meat.
Here we go.
Oh God.
Okay.
Let's open this
So-
can of worms.
So I have no problem if you're vegetarian or vegan or whatever.
Good.
for you. I just don't need to hear about it.
Okay.
So there's
Chris.
a lot of adverts.
Chris, I'm vegan.
I don't care.
Okay.
Honestly,
Do you feel?
I'm not angry about it. I just don't care.
I said I'm not angry about it.
fucking
though.
angry about
though. I'm not angry about it. I'm angry that he's telling me.
Do you feel that if we'd been a boy band in the 90s and they'd issued like little fun facts about us
In like 17 magazine. Or
yeah,
something. Yeah.
it'd be like John, likes 18th century philosophers and
Has crispy old bones.
long walks on the beach. Chris is belligerent.
Right. It's fine.
The belligerent one. There's always a
Let
belligerent
me
one.
let me stress belligerently that I do not dislike vegans.
Sure.
They're fine. I just don't care.
Okay.
I cannot emphasize that enough. What I don't like is when there's adverts on the radio, let's say, going, "Oh, we've got a new vegan food. It's vegan tuna, 100% watermelon." Well, it's not fucking tuna, then, is it?
So
It's not tuna. You're piggybacking on the good name of tuna,
yeah. Okay,
but it's
yeah.
not actually tuna. Stop calling it tuna. It's not tuna.
So are you saying?
I think you say it's not tuna.
Yeah.
It's hard to be
I'm
sure.
saying if something's made out of watermelon, it's not It's not tuna, is it?
Here's the thing.
Is it?
Chris? Here's the thing, Chris. Though, aren't they trying to market it?
I don't care.
At
If
people
you've made a
who like
decision,
tuna.
if you've made a decision not to eat meat or the produce of meat or whatever, own it.
But they might like the taste of meat. They just don't want to eat it.
Not my problem.
No, okay. I mean,
It's
it's categorically not Chris's
watermelon
problem.
steak.
Watermelon steak.
Watermelon steak. What's
sound-
wrong with calling it that?
Well, because
Stop
I think-
piggybacking on the good name that meat has developed over the many decades.
I mean,
I have this vegetarian chicken. Not chicken then, is it?
No,
It's not
I mean,
chicken. It's chicken flavoured mush.
fundamentally, this is a marketing issue.
Fine.
Not, yeah.
But it's piggybacking on the good name
No,
of meat.
well, yeah.
I love this phrase.
The good name of meat.
Piggybacking.
Well, that's an episode title.
Meat has
sorry.
developed a
Yeah,
reputation
the good name of meat.
over centuries.
Centuries.
Yes, meat. Oh, bring me some of that pork. Centuries ago.
Centuries
Yeah,
ago.
centuries
Kimberly
ago.
said it.
Yeah, in old days.
In
Time.
that
Gandhi
movie, Lord of
said
the Rings. What's that film about?
It's about meat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's about delivering meat to Mount
But for
Doom to
years
cook
and years
it.
and years and years and
Years
years,
and years.
meat has developed a reputation for being bloody tasty.
Yes,
And
meat,
now,
meat definitely did this.
And now vegan food's going, oh, try our new vegan tuna. It's not tuna. Tuna is a fish. It's an animal. It's not. It's watermelon. What you're offering me is not tuna.
Yeah, but if they call it watermelon steak, then you'd expect it to taste like
But
watermelon.
if vegan people want to be vegan that badly, surely they'll say, "Oh, I'll eat it, whatever it's called."
Yeah, but they might
Stop
not know
using
how
meat to
delicious it
promote
might be.
your vegan mush.
Some people might say that the essence of comedy is punching up. Do you feel big meat as much to fear from these vegan pretenders?
Yeah, what's the root of your anger?
I think meat will survive and flourish in today's society, if anything. However, I am not comfortable with the fact that people are saying, I'm not going to eat meat for whatever reason, and that's fine, don't care.
Cannot stress enough. I
Can't
don't
stress
care.
enough how much I don't care about that.
He doesn't care,
But
guys. He doesn't care.
having made that decision, do not then say, come and eat this tuna, or this chicken, or this burger, or meatballs, vegan meatballs. By definition, that is wrong. Vegan meatballs, vegan balls, not vegan meatballs.
I am gonna say comically. I wanted to say, oh, look at this poor,
Angry man.
uneducated, belligerent, aggressive,
Thank
surly. Man over here.
Thank you.
And for comedic effects, I was going to say no, he's wrong.
And that would have been
I'm
hilarious.
not wrong.
But
I'm not wrong.
I'm actually kind of with you on this.
Oh, are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, don't
I would be.
Yeah, I am. I am going.
You are.
Oh yeah,
I would say like don't fake it. You know, like don't.
I agree. 'Cause people aren't stupid enough not to know what's what. You don't have to say this is a new type of vegan tuna because it isn't.
Here's the thing, though, right? Are they not trying to make it like meat? Because people who have switched remember, I fucking love chicken nuggets, but I don't, for whatever reason, and as you said,
But
you don't care.
no one's forced you to make that
fucking love
decision.
chicken nuggets.
No one's forced you to make that decision.
No,
You've made that
no,
decision
no,
off
no,
your
no,
own
no,
back.
I'm not saying that. I completely agree with you there. But I really like chicken nuggets. I wish that there could be a vegetarian food out there
Yeah.
that was like chicken nuggets.
Call it
right?
a vegetarian nugget then.
Okay.
A vegan nugget.
Yeah, no,
A vugget.
and to be fair, that works better than my
vugget.
example.
Yeah.
So let's say tuna then. Let's go back to your tuna example, right? I'm a vegetarian now. I can't eat fish.
Right.
Yeah, that's
I don't
vegan.
care. I
I
don't-
can't eat fish, right?
I don't care.
So I want something that tastes like tuna. So I'm going to look at the packaging, and hopefully the packaging is going to tell me what it tastes like. Because otherwise, if it's just called vegan mush, I don't know that's going to taste like tuna, and I want to have some tuna in my life, and I don't want mush.
hey now.
Hey.
You know, they should have the balls to call it a sea biscuit.
Yeah,
and just move on
they
from
should.
there.
Vegan sea biscuit.
Yeah, no, you don't need the vegan.
But what if I want
If
tuna?
you
And I
made
don't,
a-
because I don't like tuna. I don't know why I'm using this example.
Tuna's great. What's your problem
It's
with tuna?
disgusting. Shut up, you're wrong.
If you've made a conscious decision to stop eating tuna for whatever reason,
Yeah.
But it might not be because you don't like the taste. It might just
No,
be
that's
because
fine, but
you still want that
then-
taste in your life.
do your research because you're being the awkward one.
Okay, so do your research is fine. If there was a resource out there that said vegan mush by V Corp tastes just like tuna,
Yeah.
then great. You can go get that. But you know what a quicker way of getting that information is? If it's written on the effing packaging.
But the thing is,
Yeah, but I shouldn't have to watch meat dragged through the mud.
yes, that's
so
definitely
it's easier for someone to go, oh, that might taste like tuna, and I bet it doesn't.
But that's the essence of marketing.
How do you make watermelon taste like tuna?
but
Well, I don't think that's a great example.
But that's an actual thing.
Really?
I'm not making that up. That's an actual advert I've heard.
Wow.
And
Well, now I want to try it.
Lucy has had a beetroot steak.
Yeah.
But you see, now if you said
That's
that's fine.
Fine.
That's
Steak-
fine.
steak's okay.
Because you've called it what it is.
Hangs on the table. That's fine.
I'm looking very aggressive at the moment.
But like, for example, so Quorn generally
Yes,
just
yeah.
calls them like Quorn nuggets.
Yes,
and I'm on board with that entirely.
But Quorn's learning. Quorn's been listening to Chris Ray because
Why would anyone listen to
they
him?
used to sell Quorn chicken nuggets. Now they call them Quorn bits.
There you go.
Corn chunks.
Corn chunks
With an X.
Yeah.
Corn mush. Corn mush.
Corn chunks. Buy them now.
But I think this is a branding issue. I think veganism is going through a period of teenage insecurity, and I
Sure.
feel
It's young.
Yeah, because it's trying to be this alternative. It's trying to say like, oh, it's vegan beef or it's vegan.
It's not vegan beef because there's no such thing.
It's all right. It's all right. We know.
There's no such thing.
Or it's vegan pork. You know,
No such thing.
It's not real. Yeah. But what they should be focusing on is saying like, hey, here's this awesome thing which kind of tastes great, stands on its own. Look, here's a young, successful businessman eating it. I was just come out of a meeting.
With a briefcase full of vegan.
What's that in his hand?
A fistful of vegan.
What's that in his coffee cup? Oh, it's a beetroot
Thing is,
steak.
your advert could go, oh, are you doing veganuary or whatever it is? But you're missing the taste of tuna? Why not try the new watermelon steaks?
And that wouldn't offend you.
That wouldn't offend me at all.
Because that is dragging the name of tuna down into the dirt, though.
But that's saying you miss tuna because you've made a conscious decision not to eat it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Don't then call something that isn't tuna.
It's like if you're working your way down a menu,
Vegan tuna steak.
it's like you'd have columns. If you were organising it, is it like on the left, it's all the quote unquote real food. So, you know, like tuna,
Oh, God.
That's very
beef,
disrespectful.
pork,
We're getting demonetised
bacon.
on this one. No! The real food.
Bacon, pork, chicken, and then on the right, it's got the imitation version.
Right.
Or do you take that column, move it to the bottom, rebrand, find and replace? You know, take away all the and just call it. Get new names. So it's not like it's
I
not
do take your
vegan
point.
tuna. It's vuncular.
That was weird.
Kelp.
Seaweed flavour. Seaweed flavoured.
You need new words for it.
I
like-
agree with you.
Yeah.
But I think there has to be a transition period to get us there. And,
No,
I think that's what we're
But
in
it
right now.
suggests that we've invented all the flavours, that there are
Yeah.
no new foods to discover, so all we can do is replace them with near meat
To
substitutes.
be fair, that's true because vegan beef, which I know. Tell me, does that exist?
No such thing.
No such thing. Right, fine. So it doesn't taste exactly like beef. It's like a close representation. It's the
Yeah.
closest they can get.
And that's and I'm on board with that because I appreciate the moral and health and whatever issues of people not eating meat. That's fine.
Sure.
In all seriousness, but don't call it beef.
I actually do think it's hurting itself because you get because when KFC comes out and says we're doing a vegan burger, a vegan
No, that's fine, 'cause
chicken,
burger's not a type of
yeah,
meat, is it?
yeah,
It's
but
a
they're
burger.
saying the KFC has brought this thing out and they say that it actually tastes really good because let's be honest, you're not going to KFC for the meat, you're going for like the experience, you know.
Secret blend of 11 herbs
the
and
toilet
spices.
experience afterwards.
I went into just on a side note, I went to a McDonald's this morning for a McBagel or whatever they call them. It
They don't call
smelled
it that.
so much like piss in there.
Well, that may have been
To an
piss.
unbelievable degree.
Yeah, that's just the ammonia they used to sterilise
Yeah.
the meat
But
before.
I just walked in there, I was like, sweet Jesus.
Listen, it smells and tastes like piss, but it doesn't kill you because all the bacteria's dead. So, like, chill out, all right?
But truthfully, let's hold up McDonald's.
I've got a counterpoint to your point. In a
You
minute,
don't know what
by
I'm
the
going
way.
to say though.
Well, your previous one, but
Oh,
no, you
okay,
do this
right.
new one.
But
do
if
this new one.
McDonald's can make a thinking, literate society eat something called like a McBagel or a
McSeafood.
McFlurry, hell's a McFlurry?
Fuck
you know,
knows. I mean, nobody knows. It doesn't say it's an ice cream anywhere.
you know, if their marketing experts can make us eat McDonald's, which is borderline plastic.
a crime.
Yeah, these food and colonic crimes they inflict upon us daily. Stop! Like
I
that's the
eat there
thing.
so often. Sorry, go
Put
on.
that team to work. Put that team to work on vegan food because for
And
every
come up with these names.
for every asshole who goes, "Oh, I can't believe KFC's forcing its vegan agenda. The agenda down our throats."
The vagina. No.
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 Try again.
No.
Try again.
So here's my counterpoint to your let's come up with new names for things.
Yes.
Right. So I'm not a vegan,
No, sure.
but I went to a pub once.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm pushing it out a little bit. And they were serving vegan chicken wings. And I was so intrigued that I ordered a plate of them.
That's fine.
And they were great. And I wouldn't have done that if they hadn't named them that way. And they weren't chicken. There wasn't even bones. There wasn't even wings. They were nothing. They were cubes.
Well, there's-
They were cubes.
So what you're saying is 1/3 of that meal was accurate.
Maybe less.
The word vegan. No,
They-
it
they
wasn't
were-
chicken and it wasn't wings.
Correct. They were vegan.
Think of the thing. Think of the thing.
Yeah, but if it was called a bladorsch, like, would you like some bladorsch?
But this
cubes?
is
I'd be
the
like,
learning
I
curve.
don't want the bladorsch.
How many
Thank you.
times? Yeah, but if you just walked into your next kind of client pitch meeting and said, "Hey, we know you want to make a foothold in like the world of trainers, and I know you're a small company, but you got a lot of talent, a lot of like artisanal made shoes. Here's your new brand, like Nike." That's not gonna.
No.
that's not gonna fly.
No, but this isn't
It's just
brand.
like a Nike tip.
This is
swerved
like
to be like an L.
this is like cultural
pretty good,
touchstones.
actually.
Yeah.
We all
Write
know.
that down.
We all know what chicken and chicken wings are like.
Yes.
And therefore we can relate to what this might be like, and therefore we can order it. Chicken wings are different in every single place you order them from, but you still order them because you know you're going to get a basic level of the same experience. And this is what they're trying to do. They're imitating the fact that there's a chicken-like part to this thing, which means you know partly what you're going to get, which means you have some idea of what you're ordering.
We need
That
new
should be a
words.
footnote.
Yeah, eventually
yes,
we need.
That should be a footnote, not piggybacking on the good
chicken-like.
name
This
of
is-
actual chicken.
See, the difference between you and I is that I don't care about the good name of meat.
Yeah, well,
Damn it! Why does nobody here care about the good name of meat?
Why is no
that
one
is a
with me?
reputation built up over decades.
More than maybe.
as a
The good brand of meat is being dragged through the mud, and I won't stand for it anymore.
Definitely the belligerent one.
certainly not with the gout I've acquired on account of eating all this meat. But
My
no,
cholesterol.
but no, I think as a society, as a language, we need to grow up.
Sure.
Because think of angry Dave meat lover at home.
Just call him Chris.
Yeah.
He's right there.
That's fine. You were pointing to me as you said
You
that.
were.
angry Chris.
You disguised that horribly.
Well,
Chris Gout.
every angry man at home who gets on social media and starts a Twitter campaign, angry that KFC is expanding.
But I'm not.
No, not you. No. Here we
Let
are.
me explain it again.
I mean, this isn't you. I mean, no. I agree with you because they get angry because they see these companies going like, "Oh, it's vegan chicken or it's vegan beef," and they see it as like, "Oh, they're coming for our good, honest English meat." You know, it's insidious. You know,
The good name.
yeah, the good name of meat.
Good name of meat.
You know, but if you said no, we're not here to replace or intimidate or threaten you
Now
in
you're
any
just
way.
pandering to the dickheads.
No,
though.
but it's this is entirely.
But vegan food could come up. 'cause
Marketing
there's
is
such a gap.
nothing but pandering to dick eggs.
yeah,
There is
I
a gap in the
agree.
market. There is a gap in the market for them to just go, hey, these are vegan, whatever.
Yeah.
You could, your own, not a made up word, but you could,
Peperamis.
whatever, yeah. And you
No,
could just,
that's a brand.
That is a brand.
It's a bad
yeah.
example.
But you could come up with a word to describe what it is without having to relate it to meat.
Yeah. I mean, people like mushrooms.
Someone more intelligent than me will do it.
People trust mushrooms.
I agree that what you're saying is possible,
Yes.
viable, and potentially a good idea.
Thank you.
But I also think that doing it the way they're currently doing it will also get them business. And they've obviously seen success because they're doing it.
But the average person, I'm including this room, is an idiot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
well,
big
definitely
time.
include
I'm
this room.
definitely an idiot.
An angry, drunken idiot.
Yeah.
And my
Hey.
point, and I feel.
getting very
Hey,
personal.
now.
This is- He's just adding to it now.
And I feel that people, the backlash we're getting is people going like, "Oh no, I can't. I want to eat meat. Why are people threatening me? Don't like this." But I'm like, no. It's just another option. Try
Yeah,
it. You might
yeah.
like it.
I
So-
have eaten vegan food as well.
It's nice.
Yeah,
It's
it's
good.
all right, yeah.
That beetroot steak. I tried some of Lucy's. It was really good.
Really
There you
good.
go.
Liked it a lot.
What
It was
meat
very
did it
tasty.
taste like?
It didn't. It didn't.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
It wasn't.
I'm baiting you, John.
It's working.
I'm the dickhead round the table, remember? In 17 magazine, my little description would be the dickhead one. Okay.
Where's a bottle opener? Give me a bottle opener.
Oh, there we are.
Who else has got hate? I think we've exhausted
I
that one.
feel like I've made my point.
I've got hate.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on. I've got hate.
What, your hate is beer?
I like the fact that that needed 2 takes.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'll fix it in
I'll
post.
do that
It's
in
fine.
post.
He never does.
No.
My hate is shit parkour.
Oh.
Okay.
I'd rather watch shit parkour than good parkour, I think.
Is that
Is
not
it-
just called voyeurism when people die?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is that not just people falling over?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
It is quite funny.
A lot of old people do shit parkour.
Okay. So let me paint you a word picture.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
Theatre
okay.
of the mind.
This will be good.
Step into my imaginarium.
Oh, I love it there.
Okay, so
Oh, it's wet. Why is it wet?
Cast your mind back. Cast your mind back to, I want to say, like the early 2000s
Cool.
in Britain, UK.
This is when the
Blighty.
parkour craze was beginning.
Well, the BBC,
BBC.
broadcast an advert about the BBC because the BBC, all their adverts are about themselves.
Yeah.
They don't,
Very self-centered.
And it featured a man parkouring his way.
I don't think that's the right use of the word.
Sorry, parkour writing his way.
Correct.
Across London to get homing time to watch his favourite
Downton
BBC show. It wasn't invented yet.
Fine.
The people who created Downton Abbey weren't even born in the early 2000s.
What was his favourite BBC show?
We never saw it.
Robot Wars.
All we
that
saw was that because he was dressed as a businessman and he took his shirt off and he was very muscular underneath and then he parkoured his way home.
Oh, fit.
And suddenly, his ribbed, just toned body
Rippling massive muscles.
was like front page and centre, and suddenly the whole world was talking about.
Was he still wearing his suit trousers?
Yes.
Was
Okay.
And everyone's going, what is this crazy new way of ambulating around a city environment?
Good gosh.
That was the exact wording.
Yeah.
And it turns out that man was a French parkourist.
Was he the dude who was also in the James Bond movie?
I don't
James
know.
Bond did parkour, didn't he? Or no?
Well, no,
bloke-
the guy he
the
was
guy did
chasing
parkour,
did.
and then James Bond just ran through the wall.
Yeah, and just drove a crane
Yeah.
through a building or something.
But that's the thing. Suddenly it was everywhere, and everyone's talking about,
Yeah.
what is this? What is this?
Really hot.
And certainly for boring people in the UK, I feel that was like this introduction to parkour.
Totes.
Yeah, this crazy way of navigating a city. So now we fast forward to the present day, and YouTube, big thing.
Oh yeah, it's
So-
going to be massive.
So
I think, YouTube.
any idiot with a camera can go, I'm going to be a parkourer.
Yes.
Now,
Again, wrong use of the
Parkourist.
word.
I feel a parkourion.
Parkourion. That's,
Paul-
it. No, that's the evolution of Eevee, I think, isn't it? Pokemon joke.
Oh, parkourion is the new meat product that everyone.
What meat's it like?
The new grapefruit parkourian from
I
KFC.
would eat a grapefruit parkourion.
To be fair, I would
That
eat the
sounds
living shit out of
amazing.
that. That sounds incredible.
But no, so we fast forward to the present day. Everybody wants to be famous, you know. But you know, if I want to be a singist, you know, got to pay out for a microphone.
Yeah.
You know, if I want to be an artist, got to buy pens.
canvas.
It's all expensive.
If you want to be a skateboardist,
But
you
you
got to
know-
buy a skateboard.
But you know what's free?
What's that?
The city and your feet. So if you,
No,
so,
I need some light Nikes to wear, though, to get around.
yeah, I've got my best pair of likes. You know,
Likes on.
I'm loaded on grapefruit parkourion energy. Like,
Hashtag just done that.
it's great. So any idiot with a camera can go, I'm going to be a parkourist and
Yeah.
I'm going to run out. Now, and yeah, you could go on YouTube and you could like just search for like amazing parkour
Yeah.
and you would get amazing parkour.
You'd get good stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And, and I've seen some videos where it terrifies me because I hate heights at the best of times.
Oh, God. Some of those ones where they're just like hopping over columns and it's just a vertical
Yeah.
drop down 100 stories.
I mean, I think it's somewhere in like the old Soviet bloc, but there's this video of like this one guy like leaping off a skyscraper and he's maybe traveling about 20, 30 feet horizontally and also like 20, 30 feet down onto another building and rolling. It's insane.
Yeah.
That's giving me sweaty palms just thinking.
I know.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
It's horrific. And then
for every one
and
of
then
those.
for every one of those, there's like Shaboy.
Shaboy Denton.
Shaboy rooftops.
What up? It's your boy. What up? It's Shaboy Rooftops.
rooftops with 7 Zs.
and the O, every O is a zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yo, sup.
What up, Shaboy Rooftops? Today, we're going to be.
Here's my wingman, Chimney. Right. we're gonna do some sick parkour leaps.
But it's like.
And then they jump off the curb.
Yes! Yes! It's like. I feel as an art, parkour, it's not a subtle curve. You're either amazing or you're shit.
It's digital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I see
There are two states.
If I see a guy leaping off a skyscraper, that's incredible.
He's good.
I'm in awe of you.
Unless he dies.
If I see a guy uploading a video to YouTube where he's like, whoa, and he's like skipping over like a handrail, I could do that.
Yeah.
Like, I actually could do that.
Sometimes when I'm in a rush and it's raining, I do that.
And I feel also the video game Assassin's Creed has a lot to answer for. So much to answer for. Because the amount of, oh my God, like when that game came out, Chris Ray, you hate video games.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Assassin's Creed.
I
heard of that?
I know it's a video game.
Well,
That's about as much as I could tell you.
the one unifying feature across every Assassin's Creed game is that you play as an assassin. You wear a
Is his name Creed?
Apollo.
Apollo Creed.
Yeah. So you wear a
Weird
white
crossover.
hooded robe,
We're sure.
and you are a big parkourist.
You jump
So
around the
will-
rooftops of Venice.
On your way to assassinate someone, very inconspicuously, wearing your big white robes,
Yeah.
running across a rooftop in the middle of a city.
Okay.
No one notices.
So that's your mission. You got to.
You're always,
Creed
always killing.
someone.
You got to creed them good. Yeah,
Right,
just
okay.
killing.
Creed 'em
killing
up.
people. Yeah.
Like an assassin would.
It's
Like
the
a-
genre is actually known as a creed 'em up. Yeah.
I believe you.
Well, you wouldn't know.
So wearing this distinctive white robe,
Yeah.
which you could buy for probably about 30 quid off eBay.
Cool.
Dressing gown.
You can, it's like a dressing gown, like a
Yeah.
yeah. You go and assassinate someone. So it was a godsend for everyone who was making a mediocre parkour video. Suddenly goes, hang on a minute,
I have an idea.
very cheap buy-in.
They put a hood on.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my
And now
God.
suddenly the video's called Assassin's Creed in Real Life Parkour Extravaganza. Me and my boy Chimneys.
Me and my boy Chimneys. Toot toot.
Chimney stacking them up, But it's like,
Yo, it's your boy Chimney. I'm about to sweep all this.
Oh!
but it's. Oh my God! Like I don't even know why I ended up watching it, but yeah, there's a very sad
does.
video.
Has
of
the
a-
algorithm got to you again, Joel?
I think it has.
You're such a victim for this.
There's a man dressed as Ezio Auditore, the assassin.
Oh, fuck, you know his name.
I know his name, the
Look
first,
at
because
you.
there's so many of them. But he's wearing his white robe, and he's running around modern day actual Rome,
Whoa.
dressed as an assassin. And he's not. I swear to God, he's not like kick flipping off a basilica or anything like
Because
that.
I bet all
Like-
the people of Rome just look at someone like that and go, oh, for fuck's
Not
That's the thing.
again.
There are tourists in the background just going like, "Oh Jesus Christ!"
What
you,
is this
you see
now?
other parkourists.
Yeah.
yes, filming their own thing.
It's happening 24 hours a day,
It's
every
so
day.
sad. It's just like, is it parkour or is it just if you give me 5 minutes and a drone footage, I will step over a
I've got,
a bike rack with a bit of a plum.
I've got a confession to make.
Uh-oh.
I was one of these people.
Uh-oh. Oh, no!
So when I was but a lad at my secondary school, that was about the time that this was becoming a bit of a hot craze, and me and my friends thought we could do that.
We could do that.
So we did some running around Salisbury city centre, leaping over some railings and leapfrogging over a bike rack. It was bad. It was really bad.
Sure.
But the one thing I did that I'm still proud of is I jumped off the top of a multi-story car park, so 3 stories up,
Why?
onto the roof of a job centre.
What?
Yeah, the gap was about maybe 10 feet horizontally and a drop of maybe 6 feet. So it's nowhere near like.
I am legitimately scared for your young self.
It took
as
me
you said.
ages to psych up to it. Like my good friend Dave, he was the first to go, and he basically didn't think. He just went straight over.
And he's a parent now.
I know, right?
God help us.
He went over, and then I was stood there for a little bit thinking, ooh, I want to do it because Dave's done it, and I want to impress him. And then I did do it, and then as I landed on the roof, our other mate, who was still on the multi-story car park, noticed that a guy in the job centre suddenly looked up in a window, because this was during a work day, and suddenly got out of his seat and just rushed out of the room he was in because he'd heard a bang on his roof.
Oh, God.
And so now we were like, oh, fuck, someone's calling the police. So we ran away across town.
But how did you get away?
I had to
parkour
climb
away.
down. So basically the land...
They never filmed that.
Parkour away!
Yeah, the climb down was super inelegant. Like it was kind of like scuffing my way down little walls and stuff. We chose a point to land that we knew we could get down from. But if I'd fallen in that jump, I'd be dead.
Yes, you
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
would have died. Yeah.
So I'm not really proud of that.
but I bet you felt alive.
Oh
though.
God, I felt alive at the time. Just remembering it, I'm feeling alive now. But Yeah.
No.
So that was my claim to parkour fame. But it wasn't elegant. Like, I probably flew through the air like a rag doll. You know,
Yeah.
like I didn't look cool doing any of it. That I must stress that.
Probably felt cool though. That's what's important.
I overcame something within myself, a fear, I guess.
I wouldn't do that.
Haven't you broken your back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In an unrelated incident.
Unrelated.
And my
incident.
shoulder and my wrist twice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know when you used to hurdle like bollards?
Yeah.
Like in the street, everyone used to do that.
Yeah.
I went out drinking one night
Oh, God.
at university, and I hurdled a really, really big one, and I was like, "Yeah, boy!" But as I was doing that, I forgot to land
Oh, yeah, that's
and
always
just
the hard bit.
face first into the tarmac.
Oh, no!
And there are witnesses.
Hurdle the Big One could be your album title.
Hurdle the big one
You did.
by your boy Chimney
you,
Sweep.
You did also throw yourself over a metal iron, like an iron fence once.
That was because I
didn't you?
couldn't find my way out of the nightclub.
Yeah.
So that's the obvious solution.
I've still got a big hole in my leg to prove it.
Yeah. The scar is real.
Yeah.
That was,
Oh, yeah, no, I've
It's
heard
when I
this
impaled
horrible
my shin
story.
on a spike of a fence, but didn't realise until I got home.
Oh, good Lord.
And then I got undressed to go to bed,
There's a lot of blood.
and there was a lot of blood. Yeah. Oh yeah.
but no, but like remembering your Cub Scout training, you wrapped some kitchen roll and duct tape around it.
Sure
I seem to
did. And
recall.
then went to work,
Oh, and then played five-a-side football.
and then played five-a-side football, and then thought, yeah, I should probably go to like A&E.
The old hospital.
Yeah, which is probably why it's still a scar. To
Probably.
be honest.
Yeah, that's probably
You
your
know,
own
a
fault
very neat triangular hole in your
Yeah,
shin.
and it hurts during the cold weather.
Does it?
Yeah,
Ugh.
yikes during the cold weather.
Yikes.
That'll be a fun
Yikes.
story to tell your grandchildren, won't it?
Well, I can tell them not to do what Papa Chimney did.
Papa Chimney!
Papa, that's my
Yeah.
grandpappy name,
Okay, great.
Papa Chimney.
I agree with you. Shit parkour is shit.
Yeah, I'm
agree.
with you on that.
Yeah.
I
Anything though done well is good.
well, Bags
Except for
safe.
murder.
Oh, I think
Wow,
we
we're
can-
really divided on this table today, aren't we? It's me v you
Oh, no,
guys.
we've just both went.
Well, I mean,
It's an art.
yeah, I can appreciate the art in things.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure, great. I'm just dialing another number on my phone. It's definitely not the police.
444.
996.
We just as a final thing about parkour. We watched another video a little while ago, and this is like we could do a whole episode on weird YouTube trends. There's this new thing now where they had like an expert breaks down this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they might have Chris Ray. I'm pandering to you now, but it might have
you.
a football expert breaks down the greatest football moments from TV.
Yeah. So usually it's a fictionalized version of a thing that there's an actual expert in.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've seen
Yes.
like actual FBI code breaker breaks down
Yes.
code breaking in
I
movies
see.
or something like
Yeah.
that.
So
Yeah.
and,
Oh, I
and
get
then
you.
as other channels started to try and copy that, they got increasingly desperate.
Oh, no.
And then the algorithm kept the formula kept kind of shifting. So then it was like young meets old. So it was like old footballer meets young footballer.
How things have changed.
Old soldier meets young soldier. And then they started to do like the mashups. So then it was kind of like
Old soldier meets young code breaker.
But
It's the unlikeliest double act of the year.
then it was like pro rugby player tries to make a souffle. Like stuff like that.
Oh, right.
And
Okay,
then just
great.
to complete the journey, one channel started doing like kind of similar jobs, but kind of like swapping. So they did like it was like hockey players try
Ice
figure
figure skating.
skating.
I saw that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
they did like I can't remember. Or like pro yo-yoers to try pole dancing, stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'd watch
Okay.
that show.
I would also watch that.
but they did one, and it was like gymnasts tried to keep
Yes,
up
with
parkourists.
I saw this.
Yes,
one. Yeah, I
yeah.
saw this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did it both ways.
They did it both ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Surely gymnasts would be good. No?
yes, they,
Yeah.
they were all very good at everything.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
There
it
were
was-
some interesting differences, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think gymnasts are just very talented people generally.
Yeah,
Because they're very
agreed.
strong, aren't they?
They're basically
gymnasts?
superhumans.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
But the big thing was they have a very tight form because they
Right.
do very specific things, the gymnasts, whereas parkour react to the environment.
Yeah.
So they were a bit more flexible and the gymnasts were a bit more restricted. But essentially they were kind of both amazing at it. Yeah.
But the interesting revelation I had from watching this is they had these 4 parkour guys who are maybe like they're kind of 20s,
Yeah.
all very
Beautiful. I mean,
beautiful, kind of well built, clearly like very fit. And they showed them doing like these really like insane things, like triple flip around a bar, like landing on your feet on another one. Like it was just insane.
All while holding a pint,
Like,
that sort of thing.
stunning,
Didn't spill a drop.
absolutely stunning. And I was like, oh my god, these are like gods among men. Like they're so fit. They're the ideal human. And then actually to hear them talk, I was like, oh, I get it. They're parkour nerds. Like it's like for every nerdy thing you've ever cared about in your life or obsessed over, it could be Pokemon or Premier League football or
still a nerd.
everything where you're obsessive about it. These guys are parkour nerds. Like they didn't necessarily have like the social skills.
No.
They were amazing at what they did.
Yeah.
Now, admittedly, they can't train a killer level 40 Eevee, but like they're. That's a Pokemon joke.
Oh.
Or a Parkourion, for that matter.
I choose you.
Stumbles over a bike shelf.
But it was like, this is interesting. Like they were. Parkour is the slightly cooler trading Pokemon cards of its day, maybe.
In a way.
I mean, admittedly, they could kick your ass because they're so fit,
that's the difference.
or at least flee from the cops.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I did.
in a cool way.
I don't know if cops were ever called, to be honest.
I don't think
I got out of there before I could find out.
I was so fucking quick.
Yeah,
I
I was
cannot
gone.
cannot stress enough.
What happened to that third friend who you left on the roof?
He ran with us, but he was up, obviously, and we were
Yeah,
down at this point. So he joined us much later at our sort of predetermined rendezvous point.
Arguably, he could get away with it because he hadn't.
Yeah.
He was the one who made eye contact with the guy, though. Because we landed on the roof of the building the guy was in, and then the guy looked out in the direction of the noise and saw our mate on top of the multi-story building.
Yeah.
So he was the only one seen.
Yeah, but that's not going to hold up in court.
No, true.
Yeah.
no.
I saw a man on a different building
That's true.
minding his own business.
I heard a bang on my roof, but I saw a guy on another roof.
Yeah.
It's clearly not him. That's a very good point.
Probably shouldn't have run away.
He could have ID'd him though.
He looked very guilty,
Yeah,
as we all did.
because we were.
The thing is, the instant Henry was my other friend who was on top of the multi-story. The instant he said, "Guys, we've been made," which was basically what he said. It took me and
Play it
Dave.
cool, Henry.
Oh shit!
Henry, no, don't panic. No, oh no. It took Dave and I about 7 or 8 minutes to get down. So, like, we were panic descending from a building. Not the greatest way to do it, really.
Were you climbing down a drain pipe or just kind of?
No, just sort of like dropping down vertical walls, but kind of like big steps.
Oh my god! How high was this building?
Like 3 stories up. It wasn't that high.
This is intense.
2.5 stories, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't climb out the top window of my house.
No, I can barely get out of
That's,
bed.
You know.
It's very
Get
high.
vertigo.
Super high. Your bunk bed. Get a ladder. I've got hate.
Yeah,
Oh, go on
please.
then.
Yeah.
So,
Save us.
I hate it when clients think they can do your job better than you can.
Oh, someone's had a bad week.
I had a bad time.
Oh, dearie
Ah,
me.
it's-
Little close to home today.
Oh.
Zoinks.
Oh, dear.
I'd design a logo for a client recently, a branding exercise.
Oh, I see.
Yes. They briefed me for what they wanted.
Well, that's nice.
Which was nice, yeah. So I to be fair, I don't always get that. I produced 4 what I thought were, after hours of work and thinking and drafting and everything, I produced 4 designs which I thought were really strong, really,
I'm sure
good,
they were
really
all right,
varied.
yeah.
Yeah, they were at least
Yeah.
decent. And she came back and hated all of them,
Oh.
which is a frustrating start to the
Yeah,
process,
sure.
shall we say. But I realised that there was a flaw in her brief, and that's I'd gone down a different road, and she sort of admitted that it was a little bit her fault as well. So I'm fine, okay, this is going well, maybe, kind of. As long as I can get this next phase, I start to get what she wants, and I did. Like she said, I quite like design 2 and 4 there, so maybe work on that. And then we get to the point, we get to the end. And she's already made a lot of decisions that she thinks are better than the decisions I've presented. So it's like, maybe if you take the text from idea 4 and put it on idea 2.
Right.
And I was sort of like, well, I hadn't done that, obviously, for
Yeah.
a reason. Like, I don't just do stuff at random. Like, I'd come up with fonts that worked.
She was trying to do a jigsaw of a logo.
She was Frankensteining it together.
Yeah,
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 exactly.
that's it.
So, but that's to some extent, you've got to let the client do, what they want, kind of thing.
Yeah, because I thought the customer was always right.
Yeah, I'm glad you said
That's
that.
not true.
Not for design, I wouldn't have thought.
No.
Here's the thing.
That's
right?
very rarely true in any
True.
situation.
They've come to me. They've come to my company because they can't do it. That's the big weird conundrum here, is that I want a professional logo. I want my company to look good. And if I do it in Microsoft Publisher, it'll look like garbage. So I recognize that someone out there is better than me at this, and I'm going to pay them X thousands to do it.
Yeah.
Right? And then when we get to that point, it's like, I think you should change that typeface. Do you?
Do you
Do you?
really?
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? But the biggest kick in the pants for this was we got to the end, and I still managed to retain a decent amount of creative control on this. The final logo that she signed off and liked was, I would argue, mostly my design work. Right?
Okay.
And she was like, "Yeah, that's great. If could you just send over an editable version of it, because I just want to quickly just show it, just chuck it onto a Illustrator document that I've already got, so I can show it to my director." And I was like, "Oh no." But she'd requested it, and I couldn't think of a single reason why to say no. So I was just like, I haven't done the exports, I haven't done the JPEGs.
This is why we keep a ton of stock lies on hand.
This is it. I need to prepare a lie for this exact question, right? So I was like, fine, you want it now, you want to brag to a director. I didn't really think anything would come of this.
Oh, God.
So I chucked the file at her.
I can see where this is going.
And a couple of days later, I get an email. I've played around with the logo a little bit. I think I've made it better. What do you think?
Oh, no.
Oh my God. And she'd added like weird dark gradients onto everything.
No.
So now it kind of looked like it was like the logo was lit from one side in like a dark room. And the whole thing suddenly, despite the fact it was my same work and shapes that I'd created, suddenly looked like word art from like PowerPoint or something.
Gradients on it. It might look cool, inverted commas, to them, but it won't apply to any. You can't apply it to anything.
No. Now suddenly it won't sit on a light background. It won't sit on a dark background either.
But that's the thing. It's like, this is why you bring in specialists in any field.
Yeah.
Because all they know is what they know. And all they know is clip art and word art, which is like the twisted sibling of clip art, which they keep in the attic and feed fish heads. It's terrifying.
Yeah, imagine you had a plumber around to fix your toilet, and he's got the top of the cistern off, and all the pipes and everything are there, and you just lean in and go, I think this should go there, Borp, and all your feces just sprays upward onto the ceiling of the room. Like, that's essentially what she's doing here. I didn't, and I sent this quite long and quite snarky email back that was basically saying, like,
you're wrong.
Yeah, like what you think,
off.
what you think you've done. Basically, I didn't do anything at random, and also sometimes you can make a change to something, and you've changed it, so you think it's better, but just a change for change's sake isn't always good change, you know?
No.
And that's clearly what she'd done. She changed something and suddenly felt it was fresher in some way, and she was looking at it with new eyes. And the biggest thing though is that I don't know, it just felt really insulting. I guess
it is.
Yeah,
no, it is.
And I shouldn't take it personally because this is my work and she's
insulted,
a client.
Yeah.
But like suddenly it was it was the fact that the email came back and it wasn't, I've tried something, what do you think? It was, I think I've made it better. She actually used those words.
Yeah.
I think I've made it better. And as if you would think to say that to someone who is trained, has experience, has potentially gone to university, has a degree in this subject, and you haven't, and you chuck an email back and write that I was just like...
People like that are bloody know-alls.
Yeah.
Yes, what they are.
I think you this is a textbook example of a dangerous idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because... Yeah, oh my God.
I don't obviously design like you, but I do a lot of projects at work like this. We've got loads of rebrands. And we've had one client especially springs to mind that we did all these crazy, not crazy, but different logos, let's say, different styles, different things, loads of different things. And the one they eventually went with was a slight variation on their existing logo. And it's just like, for fuck's sake.
It's a lot of effort to go to.
It's a lot of effort just to literally slightly change the font.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's just... It's so infuriating how often you'll present a selection of ideas and they'll almost always pick the worst. And it makes you think, like, next time I won't put the worst one in.
Yeah.
And then you do that. You present 5 ideas before you're going to show it to the client. You're like, the 5th is shit. I'll take that out and I'll just leave the 4.
Yeah.
And then you look at those 4 and you're like, but one of those is still the worst.
But maybe there's also like the temptation. Now, you could tell me if I'm wrong, where you want to put a shit one in
to make the others look as good as they are. Yeah, as contrast. But also, like, there's the ballsiness of going in with 1 and just saying, this is it.
This is your
like,
logo.
we've done it. We've nailed it. And I think the bigger agencies can do that because they have that weight to throw around. Whereas if we did that, they'd be like, can we see some others, please? And they'd be like,
but a lot of big brands, the evolution of their brand is just a slightly different typeface. Like, like companies are paid millions. Guinness is one that springs to mind. They slightly changed their typeface, and that was their rebrand.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
Google did it.
Really?
Google just had, like,
Google,
basically Times New Roman, didn't they, basically?
It's mad, isn't it?
It's like crazy. Twitter they just twisted the bird round a bit.
Yeah, well, they bought that bird from a stock site.
Yeah.
And then they sort of redrew it slightly and twisted it a little bit when they actually went big. But
Really?
at first they bought it.
Because
It was just
the
a
bird
60 quid
initially
logo.
was on its side, and now it's sort of facing up.
Yeah.
That's how they changed it.
Yeah, it's tiny.
And someone would have been paid millions for that.
Yep.
It's crazy.
And I'm sure you could talk about that. There's maybe, I don't want to say, maybe not science is the wrong word, but I'm sure there's a lot to a font and what it conveys.
Yeah,
and,
definitely. We don't, as I say, we don't do things at random. We think about like the kind of emotions they convey. We do research of similar brands and similar sectors and the kind of language, the design language they use. You know, there's thought behind everything we do. We don't just chuck a random typeface with a random image and see if it works. We don't do that.
And a lot of it is how you can apply it to other things. Like, because when we do rebrands, we do a brand guidelines book.
Yeah, so do we. Yeah.
So this is how your logo will be used, and this is how it will appear, and it will be consistent
It's like do's and
across
don'ts
every
and-
single platform you could think of.
Yeah.
So your brand is clear, concise,
consistent,
yes.
Yeah. And,
But
and
some people don't think about that.
no.
And you have to make them think about that, which I suppose is why they call in these agencies. But when they don't listen to agencies, like this case, then that's when you just think, oh, mate, what's happening?
What am I doing?
Well, yeah, and it's like where I work, we brought in all these branded email footers. It was just like there's a format. You just you say name, title, off it, and an image. Just had a nice little image at the bottom. Super simple. It's great. And we sent an email out saying look, please everyone, download, install the new email footer so everything's on brand. We have a brand for a reason. It's very important. And everyone goes, great. And then the amount of people who took that image and then using like Times New Roman wrote stuff over the top of it. Like, I shit you not, just said like, you know what this email footer needs is 15 email addresses. And they just like, and they're not clickable.
And they're not using the right typeface that fits with everything else. And you're right, they're not clickable. So.
And it's just like, I don't expect you to you don't have to work in marketing. You don't have to know the content side of things. You don't have to be an expert in this. I'm not expecting you to, but just understand that some people are.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the biggest thing. It's just like, why is it that in this particular industry, like, everyone's an expert? Whereas my plumber example is a bad example because no one would weigh in and tell a plumber what to do because they know that they don't know. And it's like, why is it that everyone challenges me basically on a day-to-day basis of knowing better than I do, and yet are the ones who come to me for their help for it? It's just mad.
I think fundamentally it's because you just draw nonsense. You don't know. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
you just draw pretty pictures.
I do.
It's not like you.
The thing with branding is when it's done right, it is one of the strongest mediums out there.
Yeah.
Like if I draw 3 lines, you know what brand that is. If I draw a tick, you know what brand that is.
Yeah.
And the very strongest brands stand out.
Yeah,
That's the thing. And
it's
that's,
true.
That's if you do it right.
And
it will serve its
everyone
purpose.
wants that. Everyone wants the McDonald's golden arches or the Nike tip.
Yeah.
They all want those things, and yet then are suddenly experts when you start presenting what could be this identity that sets them apart.
Because it's kind of crazy, like how Nike, you can do so much with that logo. It can be negative space. It can be
That's
like
what's so
a
brilliant.
smear on a.
It often sits on its own, doesn't even have Nike written next to it. Like it just sits there by itself. It's crazy. And that was designed by a graphic design student, a girl who was still at uni. And the guy who was setting up Nike just went to her and just went, "Could you just do something for our company?" I think he paid her $60 for it.
But I mean, with interest alone, like she's got to be a millionaire now.
I hope so.
You gotta hope so. You gotta hope so.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you feel better? Do you feel better now?
I do actually.
I'm with you 100% on that one.
Really, the art of getting ahead in business is biting your tongue.
Yeah,
or
it is.
just learning how to.
I do think I need an answer to that. Can I have the editable file question though? I need to get that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you're not paying for the editable file.
Yeah,
you know.
well,
I think the answer to that but should be, have you paid your invoice?
Yeah, true.
That should be the answer.
Yeah.
Then you can have it.
I still expect that when we see that logo go live on their website, it will
Give
be
them-
different to what I've
Give them a rasterized PSD.
like a super low res, like postage stamp size, and they blow it up. To like
Oh
full
my
page.
god! Or the amount of people
God.
the amount of people who send me images as Word documents. I just want to.
Yeah.
I want to die every time it happens. Anyway, I'm sorry. This is not the advertising, marketing, and
No.
Communications Bitch Fest
That's
podcast.
coming next.
Who's got a love?
That's another spin-off. I've got a love.
Go on, then.
Give us a love.
I'm going to hit you with a love.
Oh.
And here it comes.
Don't
Wow.
hit that. My body.
Hair straighteners.
You love hair
I
straighteners.
love hair straighteners.
Okay.
Now, regular listeners or viewers of our Facebook page will notice that my hair is quite straight.
Hmm.
Not forever.
Well, you're wearing a hat right now.
I'm wearing
so-
a hat right now because I've not straightened my hair.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! My hair's very curly, naturally. Very curly.
Are you going to show us?
I can show you. I mean, right now it's just been cut.
It's quite
Well,
flat.
it's not
At
that.
the photo-
It looks
Yeah.
utterly flat.
It's flat
Yeah.
because I'm wearing a hat and
I
because
see.
I've just had it cut this evening.
That's fine.
But if my hair grows out, and if you care to look at my Facebook page and go on my profile pictures, you will see I look like Leo Sayer if I grow my hair out. It grows into a massive afro, and therefore I straighten my hair because I think it looks cool.
Cool.
It happened entirely by accident. My first week of uni, I turned up with quite long hair. And someone said, "Oh, should we straighten your hair and see what it looks like?" I was like, "Yeah, all right then."
Yeah,
for,
right, yeah.
for a laugh, and it got done. And I looked to myself. I thought, "My God, I
look.
am amazing." And from then on, I've straightened my hair. And before that, even I used to shave my head.
Yes,
Remember when I was
I remember.
When I was
yeah.
16, I looked older than I do now.
I do remember how you
And I'm
somehow.
33 now.
I remember at one point you both shaved and bleached your hair. which
I
was-
look like Eminem on a really bad day.
It was so impressive. You just had like a weird halo of light around
Yeah.
your head at all times.
Yeah,
It was-
I had a shaved, bleached hairstyle at one
yeah.
point.
I
And that-
once straightened my hair at uni when I
Yeah.
had very long hair,
Yeah.
and I just looked like Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was where I ended up.
Yeah.
That wasn't great.
Because
Well-
I thought I never would have a hairstyle and I'd have to shave my head forever. So I'm so happy now that I actually do have I
Yeah.
have a sweep almost.
You
I
do have a
suppose.
very good hairstyle.
And it
You're
look-
very
and,
kind,
and
yeah.
it looks like
Oh,
on
you're being-
point.
You're being
yeah.
very kind.
No, it's true though. I mean, game recognized game.
So
That's
I worked
amazing.
at it, and now I have a hairstyle that I'm happy with. It's not too high maintenance, although some people would disagree because I straighten my hair most days. But hair straighteners changed my life.
I do feel there's something interesting there. It's like a. Speaking as someone whose hair has been described as challenging and provocative,
We used to call you microphone head.
you can't think why.
It challenges me on a daily basis.
Speaking as someone who is follically blessed,
Well, you've got magnificent hair. Now,
You do.
John. Natural,
It's like a mane.
magnificent hair.
thank you. I mean, like, there's a lot.
It
of
looks
it.
effortless.
Well, but yeah, I am kind of with you with this because I never liked my hair growing up.
Yeah.
And it is naturally curly. And I reached a point at university where my hair was straightened.
I remember.
For the
Yeah,
first
I
time.
vaguely recall.
No, and honestly, like you, that exact
Yeah.
same revelation, like,
It's like, oh my god.
oh my god, I have rock star hair because I grew my hair for a year,
Yeah.
which is like a very university kind of
Oh,
thing
sure.
to do. Now I was waiting for that moment where like, after a couple of months, I'm gonna have like long rock starry kind. I'm gonna look
Yeah.
great. Now my hair doesn't go down.
That's my hair goes
Yeah.
like
It just
out.
grows out
Yeah.
and
out
up.
and up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just had this massive. It was incredible. It was like a piece of IKEA furniture, kind of like sitting on my head. Like there was every dimension was challenged by it.
Yeah.
Like it went out, it went back,
Up,
it
down,
went up. It was like
back in time.
It was like putting a chair upright on your head. Like it was that kind of like.
Wow.
It was mullet-esque, but it was big. It was kind of incredible. I'm actually amazed I did it because thinking back to it, like my hair starts to annoy me
yeah.
if it gets to a certain point now. But I had no thoughts. I had no big plans. And then that time it was straightened. I was suddenly like,
I can do this.
oh my god! Like
Do this.
is this what it's like? is this what it's like to be beautiful?
I'm very precious about my hair now. That's the thing, and that's
Yeah.
why I wear hats when it's not straight, but which is probably a personality defect of some kind.
But that's why I had to stop because I did
Yeah.
it for a year or so, straightening it.
Yeah.
But I had to stop because it was addictive. Because
Yeah.
I was like, the days where I haven't been able to straighten it and thus present this perfect version of me, I
You
felt
get
so
paranoid.
You get paranoid.
I don't
yeah.
like. Liz always tells me, "Oh, I like your natural hair and all this," because she's the only one who actually sees it.
Yeah, Ali says the same to me when I let
Yeah.
it grow out, and normally like that just becomes like a hobo mess
Yeah.
when I let my hair. So I tend to wear a lot of hats at that
Yeah,
stage
yeah,
until I
yeah.
get my hair cut. But Ali is obviously the one who sees me, and she's like, "Oh, I like it when you're all like," and I'm like, "I look awful,
Yeah,
like,
that's what I
categorically
think.
awful."
Like, I wouldn't be seen dead like this.
No.
Out of the house sort of thing. So it's a confidence thing perhaps, but I go to my barber. I get on with my barber. I went there earlier.
Yeah.
We're on first name terms. He just cuts my hair now. He knows what I like.
When you
I have a double whiskey.
when
Is that true?
That is true. I had a double
Whoa.
whiskey earlier.
Nice.
where is this amazing barber?
Bramwell's in Cheltenham.
There's a
Hashtag ad.
Stone Cold
Sponsor us.
Sponsor
Talk
us.
now.
He should.
Cool.
He probably would if I asked him.
So when you go to get your hair cut, do you go in with straightened hair or do you go
Yeah,
in?
but he washes it.
Ah.
And then it goes curly again.
And then it goes sort of curly again, but by that
Wild.
time he knows what's going on. So he just, I just 0.5 on the sides, little line on the side here,
Oh yeah.
and then I just sweep it across, and when it's straight, obviously it's more defined.
Oh, is that little line
That's a
intentional?
little,
I
that
assume
little
that
line's
was like
intentional, yeah.
Oh.
I've drawn you a few times.
You
and
draw
you're-
me and it looks more like me than I do.
And exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a joy to draw because
Thank
of your
you.
hairstyle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you worry about the inevitable collapse of society and in a post-apocalyptic world
You won't
not
be
having
able-
access to electricity?
That's
and
true, you won't be
and
able
a
to
hair
maintain it.
straightener?
Does
Are
this
you-
bother you on a day-to-day basis?
Are you now
Well, I
worrying
am
about
now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, sure. But I think that might be the least of my worries by that time. I know I'll have a hat.
Honestly, it's weird the things that keep you up at night because I think about how if society collapses, we're all going to have to get comfortable being a lot uglier. Like, like
Back like in the medieval times.
shaving's going to go out the window.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh god.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Unless
But
we just
my
use
beard's
like
awful.
knives.
I haven't got a beard. I can't grow a beard not on my chin. Like you two can grow nice beards.
Well,
I'm looking at
yeah.
you now.
I was
But
thi-
actually,
I
if
was
I get
thinking-
any longer
can't-
than this, though,
my
I get-
mustache region is just awful. There's nothing going on.
Well, surely that's like village elder material. Like if you can
I'd make a
survive
good
few years. in a-
Amish person.
Yes, if you can survive a few years in a blasted wasteland, you'll be building, kind of barns and.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, hopefully I won't have to worry about that, and I can continue straightening my hair. I do have a backup pair of straighteners
What they're
Oh, that's
cold. They're
good then.
cold
that I
powered.
take if I'm going on a long
Behind
holiday. I'll
glass.
take both pairs of straighteners. Because the last time I shaved my head was when I came to see you in Canada,
Really?
and I got
Or
a bit
completely shaved your head.
like near enough. You
I
know.
shaved your head.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember it.
That's
I,
fine.
we got drunk and I went, yeah, I'm not going to straighten it while I'm out here. You might as well cut it
Oh
off.
yeah, God, there's a photo of you, me, and Titch in a swimming pool, and you've got this great big massive
Yeah,
curly
I've got
hair.
an afro, yeah. And then I just went, I'm not going to straighten it while I'm out here, just cut it off.
Shear it off.
And then someone was like, what have you done to your hair? And I've not shaved it since then. So there you go.
Powerful, yeah. No, I mean, I think a big part is learning to live with yourself in
Yeah,
a
but
weird
the-
way.
And the fact of the matter is, it takes me 10, 15 minutes to do
Yeah,
in
so
the
it's
morning,
not,
so it's not a big deal.
No. But that's the thing. It's reaching an acceptable point
Yeah.
that you're happy with. I think if you were,
It used to melt because it was so long. I've got it to a manageable state now where if I do run or cycle or whatever, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Whereas in years gone by, I was very paranoid about it. Like, I don't want to get my hair wet because it'll go curly. So now I'm a bit more relaxed, although I do still like to straighten it.
it's being given a, you get given a ticket to like the beautiful club, and you're like, I can't give it up. I can't go back.
Well, I said to Liz, because Liz and I met online, I said, if you saw a curly, gurning prick on dating profile, you would go, oh no, I don't want to go out with him.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Whereas I was in a suit, I had swept hair, I looked like Ollie Murs, no
Fit.
big deal, you know.
Fit.
Yeah, fit, in other words.
You do look a lot like Ollie Murs.
Thanks. Cheers. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I look good on that. So, and look at me now, 3.5 years later.
And if
She's
someone-
seen me without my straight hair, and she still likes me. So
there
must
you
be
go.
doing something right,
Looking cute, might delete later.
you know.
And if you can invent or invest in a hand crank powered hair straightener,
Yeah,
the world would be
Yeah.
your oyster. You could
Get
go-
on the phone to
you
Elon
could go
Musk.
anywhere.
Let's get this.
that would be a big
sorted.
seller,
Yeah.
like oxygen powered.
Hey Elon, stop!
Elon, stop with these rockets.
Stop calling people paedophiles for like
Yeah.
1 second.
For God's sake, stop picking fights with diver heroes. He saved children, Elon. What's wrong with you? And the rocket thing is not going to take off. Literally.
Yeah.
Lads, best joke of the podcast. Best joke of the podcast.
Can we put a little theme tune in there? It's time for
Yeah.
the best joke of the podcast.
That's some good clean audio. I can work with that.
Okay, yeah. Just add a sort of drum beat like.
There you go. You've seen part of my soul. I feel there.
No,
So
I
No,
appreciate
you've,
it.
I appreciate it.
It's
Yeah,
nice,
you've
nice of you to
bared-
open
you
up.
all know me
yeah.
a little better.
You're so
now.
vulnerable to us.
Yeah.
No, it's beautiful. Yeah. Put your trousers back on.
All right.
Yeah, I will as well.
If you insist.
I've got love.
All right.
I love synthwave.
Oh, that's a great play.
If I could pick any sort of music style or anything like that to sum you up, it would be that.
Well, I feel. Well, that's very kind of you. That's very kind of you. I would say that I maybe stole that from Nick.
Okay.
Like I feel like I.
But there was a stage in our 20s, let's say mid-20s, where you would always request something along those lines at a club. It never got played, but
Well, it's
you
cute.
would
That's
it would always
cute.
be, John, this is the sort of thing John would like.
Well, that's cute of you to say that.
Thank you.
but
I am a bit. I
it's
am
really
I
cute.
am
But
quite cute.
might
aren't I?
delete
With my
later.
straight hair on.
But I was maybe asking for hipster music before it was
He
truly.
used to write a fucking lecture.
Well, because he can't.
He used to write. You've probably seen this. He used
What?
to write on his phone. Hi, my name's John. I'm local. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind terribly playing something by LCD Sound System. that would be terrific. Thank you so much. And I'll speak to you again later.
Call
and then
me
you'd hold it
John,
up to the
XXX.
DJ,
And he'd be like, I haven't got time for that.
and the DJ just used to go, "Oh fuck it. Just leave
never
me alone."
worked. It never worked.
That's
I
disappointing.
never got any LCD sound system.
That's
which
bullshit.
is not really synthwave. I get what you're
That's
saying.
more
No,
electro.
that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm just
no.
saying that's usually.
But because I feel honestly, and I apologise to you, Nick, because I feel
You don't have to
if
apologise.
we
I don't own it.
if we cracked open your skull, I feel the
Pink and blue would pour out.
in amongst the dichromatic rainbow which would explode out of your brain, it would just be synthwave all the time. So
I do listen to a lot of things.
I fully admit that this is more you, but
Well,
it is amazing.
No.
Like, it's
It
like
is.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
It's soundtrack.
See, I like the aesthetic of that movie as much as the humour, and I
Solid-
appreciate that it's along that
solid
pathway.
synth. I do think that synthwave as a genre is maybe chasing a dream that never really existed.
I completely agree because
Yeah.
it's a new genre. Like it's a genre that's like it's harking to a time and a style of music that existed in the 80s, obviously. But the 80s never really did it this
Yes.
well and this much.
No, it
wasn't
never-
a genre then.
No.
Like it was a few soundtracks here and there, and it was
yeah.
early electro and stuff back then. But now there's this nostalgic genre that's developed, which is growing out of being like the
Yeah.
80s, but the 80s that never was. The 80s that we all think it was in our heads, but it never actually was. It's mad.
There's got to be a word for that. It's like you're nostalgic for a thing that never existed. Like
Yeah.
it's
You've built it up. You've exaggerated what it was in your head, and now you're nostalgic for that. And when you go back to the 80s, that wasn't there.
That one
No.
never happened. If you played it for someone in the 80s now, they'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
They'd love it, but they would be like,
they're
"What?"
This is brand new.
Yeah. But
No, I'm
like
with
I
you.
feel like the genre, albeit 80s inspired, is developing now more
yeah.
than ever.
And it's insane. And I find it weird. It's like a shared fiction that everyone's buying into. because
Yes.
Everyone knows that it's pink and blue,
Yeah.
kind of glowing.
Grids,
Lots of blacks, lots of grids. You know, there's that
sports
there's that,
cars, palm
Yes.
trees, sunsets.
Yes,
Yeah.
There's that look.
Yeah.
Everyone gets it.
Yeah.
Like I've been listening to like go on Spotify, search synthwave, get like these playlists.
There's
that
amazing
people have put
playlists,
together.
yeah.
They're so good. Like they're really, really good. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
and all the band names as well, they're like Sunset Neon and
Yeah.
like Arcade Fighter and stuff like this. And those names are all like reminiscent as well.
Evocative.
Yeah, yeah.
is it Sunset Neon who did Never Dance Again?
I think so. Yes.
So
yeah.
good. They're really good. Yeah. And I was listening to it this weekend going like, oh, like that, click,
Yeah.
like that, click. Oh, so
Yeah.
good.
Dance of the Dead and Carpenter Brut and F.O.O.L. Those are all incredible
You see, this is more
bands.
this is more Nick's
This is
kind
this
of
is Nick's
area.
territory.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
I
You're
like-
allowed to be inspired by others.
But
John.
you introduced me to one the other day. Was it Wave Shaper?
Yes, Wave Shaper. Yeah,
that
It's
was
very good.
I hadn't heard that. That was incredible.
I do imagine that every time we're talking, if we viewed that through Nick's eyes, we would just hear and see. Like it's like
you
it's like
see the
You,
equation.
you guys look like wireframe.
Yeah.
Like Tron at the moment. That's how I see you right now. Yeah.
and it's like,
Yes.
Your heads are cubes.
can we blame Tron Legacy, the 2010 smash hit
I think
sequel,
so. Partly for the rise of it.
for creating this?
I don't know whether creating it because I do think it's born out of the 80s fundamentally. But I think it was a realization that people gave a shit about it now and maybe sparked a greater attention to it. Yeah. Weirdly, like going back to Tron Legacy soundtrack isn't some of the best synthwave that's out there, funnily enough. But it is really good because it's Daft Punk.
Inspired others.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Daft Punk are synthwave.
No,
really.
they're not. No,
not at all. But they kind of like channeled some of that.
Yeah, exactly. The only
Tron.
things which are synthwave are synthwave.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it's like you shouldn't be able to. The only way to describe a thing is by using the word you're trying to describe.
Yeah,
like
but that's frustrating because when you're trying to tell someone about what it's like well, it's
like synthwave.
It's like synthwave, mate.
It's synthwave, isn't it? Yeah, you know it when you hear it.
Yeah, you do know it when you hear it, and everyone knows it. Like everyone is familiar with it, but it's
even
great.
if they don't know they're familiar with it.
Exactly.
Don't know they're born.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it.
No, I'm with you.
It evokes
I'm with
a
you.
time and a place that never existed, and it's kind of magical.
I wouldn't be brave enough to say I'm overly familiar with it because I'm not overly familiar with any kind of music, but I can appreciate where you're coming from.
We could link some bits to you.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
yeah.
This episode's going to end with synthwave.
There we go.
Good.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We have a synthwave version of the theme tune to this show.
God no, it's a hell of a lot of effort. I should say.
Oh, all right then, forget it.
Nick's the musician.
Oh,
Yeah.
not that level.
When you're ready.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
sure, I'll get to it.
Well, yeah, that's my love. Short and
Good.
sweet.
I like
Nice,
it.
I like it.
synthwave.
Mine's pretty short. My love is KFC's Instagram channel.
Oh my.
KFC,
We're back.
they have no idea what they're doing, and I think they're trying lots of different things, and I think that's great. I think that's really great. But
I'm not familiar with this Instagram feed.
KFC are notorious for advertising their product in very
their racket.
their brackets product, yeah, their lie to the nation in really sort of controversial and very silly sort of ways.
Okay.
But I think we have given them the benefit of the doubt on that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, their marketing team are geniuses." And I honestly don't think they are. I think they're just riffing. So they had this whole campaign on their Instagram where they rebranded the Colonel as this like young hipster dude.
Oh no!
Right, so he had like white
Not the
hair.
Colonel.
Don't mess with the Colonel.
The Colonel.
So he was maybe
He fought in 3 world wars.
collecting herbs and spices as he fought from the bodies of his comrades. They've rebranded him as
He
a sort
vanquished
of
the 11 herb lords
like, I love that.
and the 12 kings of
Are
spice.
you sure you don't work for the Instagram?
Sorry.
It's incredible. Yeah, so they rebrand for a little period of time. They rebranded him as like a 25-year-old
Did
idea.
he have a beard still?
He had a beard, and he had like a twirled, manicured white mustache, kind of like a hipster. Very,
Okay.
very hipster. Slick back white hair. So he still kind of looked like the Colonel, but now they'd sort of made the Colonel look the hipster look.
Okay.
And he was covered in tattoos, some of which said 11 herbs and spices.
Oh no.
I bet he's spinning his grave, isn't he?
The
Colonel?
weirdest thing,
Old Sanders.
the weirdest thing about this character was that he was CGI.
What?
So they didn't get an actor to tattoo up and white mustache up. No. They created a CGI, but a super realistic Final Fantasy CGI Colonel. And then they made it like he was like some sort of social media influencer. So he would be at the beach, and the photo of the beach would be real. And then they'd superimpose CGI Colonel into it, and he'd be like, hashtag beach life, am I right, KFC? And he'd have maybe like a popcorn chicken in his hand.
No, already.
Did he like? He fell down the uncanny valley. Basically.
Oh, massively.
I can accept that's
And
where
he'd
the
be-
flavour collects.
One of the uncanny grooves.
Oh no, the uncanny folds. I can accept this godless digital nightmare standing on a beach. I cannot accept the reality that anyone is eating popcorn chicken when sand is nearby.
That's very true.
It just doesn't happen.
No.
Nobody goes like, oh god, it's sweltering today. Glad I lathered up.
Yeah.
Oh, better get some popcorn chicken down. That's going to quench that first.
Gotta get some of this delicious piping hot chicken down me.
It's going to scratch that itch.
Oh, I'll tell you, the only thing that'll make this day at the beach better is an urgent and pressing need to vacate my large colon.
Oh, so that campaign
I
ran.
can't think of a KFC that's near a beach either.
No.
Never that.
No, imagine that, like beach KFC. Like,
Yeah.
So this campaign ran for about 10 posts, I think, and then
Oh,
they realised.
put down that boneless bucket and rub some UV40 into that.
Really. What was weird as well is that he would often, in the shots, he would be with real people. So he'd have his arm around a
Oh,
girl or
God.
something. But he'd be CGI and she wouldn't be. And you could immediately tell. It was really good CGI. But you put that next to a real person, and suddenly it's like, nope.
Surely you could find someone who'd be willing to dress up as the Colonel.
Yes,
for that
so
long.
much cheaper.
Big yes.
for money.
And then all the commentary on it is like, oh, KFC, they're so out there, they're so avant-garde, they're so on. It's like, no, you just fucked it up. Like, you thought that was a good idea and it was shit. Like, why are we giving KFC the benefit of the doubt? I don't understand.
Maybe
Why are they getting the benefit when nobody else does?
maybe KFC was scared. They're like, if we find a homeless man, shave that man, dye his hair white, tattoo him, we're not going to be able to keep track. We're not going to be able to keep track of him.
No.
What if he gets loose?
He'll be so loved.
We'll have
by the
created a
nation.
monster.
You could walk into any bar and go, do you want to be the colonel? Yeah, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Just don't hurt me.
Where's my army? Yeah, so they tried
That
that
is
for a
weird.
bit.
The accountants looked at it and they figured the cost of finding and keeping a tattooed man under lock and guard 24/7, because if that man slips away from a security detail for 1 second, he's walking into a McDonald's and those bastards will film it.
Yeah.
Like,
He will get me.
we cannot risk that.
really cannot.
Have you ever seen Community, the sitcom?
Yes.
There's an episode where they buy a man, basically, and call him Subway.
Oh, yeah.
They do away with his name, and his name is Subway. And he just walks around going, eat fresh.
It's very good.
Which is a good episode, which is what that's reminded me of.
Yeah, so their most recent marketing stunt, which is partly featured on their Instagram but is also generally out there, is a video game. They made a video game, which is actually a dating simulator where you try and woo the colonel. So you're...
The CGI colonel or the original colonel?
So this one kind of looks like a cartoon.
Okay.
And he's again young, but not maybe as young as Hipster Colonel.
So wait, he's not a cartoon version of Hipster Colonel.
No, this is a different Colonel. This is the thing they keep doing, is they keep reimagining the Colonel because none of them are sticking, so they need to keep trying things. But I think they're really stuck on the idea of making the Colonel younger.
Okay.
But now this is a different Colonel, right? So he isn't tattooed. He isn't as hipstery. He looks like the Colonel, but he's in his early 30s now, right?
Different universe. Like
Completely different
parallel.
universe. And he's drawn kind of like an anime now.
This
right?
is Colonel 616. Yeah.
Crisis with Infinite Curls.
That's what their Instagram should be called, is Crisis of Infinite Kernels. So this one is working as a master chef at a food university. And
That's not a thing.
No.
It's not a thing.
And you
When
as
I grow up,
I'm
going to food university.
you as a player are trying to woo the Colonel by doing well at food
When you say
exams.
woo,
I mean literally
do you
woo.
mean like
This is a
Gotta
relationship game.
sex up that
You know,
Colonel. Yeah.
The win,
nail the Colonel?
The win state of the game is that you ask the Colonel out on a date and he says yes.
Okay.
But that's one ending.
And then it tastefully fades to black.
To be, and then it says the end? Question mark.
Because Finn,
Grease is slowly smeared across the screen.
popcorn chicken rains from above onto a bed like rose petals.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a dating game. You're trying to date the Colonel, and it's apparently garbage. It's a really bad game.
I believe you.
Yeah, but again, it's got a lot of attention because it's KFC doing something weird again with the Colonel. So, there's shots of that on their Instagram as well. Just go on the Instagram and just see how inconsistent their general marketing approach is, because it's hilarious.
I know. They're gaining a follow tonight, I'm telling you.
Yeah. I mean, they were famous for that whole incident where they ran out of chicken, which is integral to their business.
Now,
Maybe that was a marketing ploy. Let's just
Maybe
throw
it
shit
was.
at the
yeah,
wall
I was
and
going to
see
say,
what
from
sticks.
your business insider perspectives, was that a marketing gimmick?
It was proven that the delivery guy just piled the chicken up by the side of a motorway and didn't bother delivering it. That sounds like a weird marketing gimmick to me. I don't know.
How much chicken is in one truck?
I saw the photo. It was piles of crates of chicken just by the side of a
So
motorway.
you're saying all of KFC's...
Well, this is the thing. It
Stock.
wasn't all of.
Okay.
The story was exaggerated, but it was basically a load of KFCs in a big city. So it may have been a London load of KFCs, or whatever. They were all delivered by this one delivery, and this guy just sacked it off and just piled them by the side of the A35 or something, and just
Hell of a way
naffed
to
off.
quit.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a statement.
And so all of these KFCs, I think it was about 12 restaurants, suddenly overnight just had nothing, and they couldn't serve any chicken. And then obviously that went super viral because they're meant to sell chicken.
I believe they made
yeah.
the most of a shit situation.
Well, they did a great campaign where they reorganized KFC to FCK, and it was just like fuck,
Yeah.
which was actually very clever. But then they made him.
If you're a franchise owner of a KFC and your chicken has been left on the side of the M5, say,
say
and yet you still have 50 gallons of the Colonel's patented, breading juice.
Yes,
And,
which is what it's called.
and, so many sachets of that sweet, sweet blend of 11 herbs and spices and
the gravy
and
pot.
ash and grit.
Yeah.
All the things that go into the good breading surface.
Sure.
It's an emergency. There's a queue out the door.
As always.
The oil's hot. What are your bread?
Oh, good question.
That's my question.
Vegan mush.
I think you just get a load of ketchup sachets. Chuck them in there.
Thing is, you can bread almost anything.
You can bread anything.
Yeah, you can. Dip a ketchup sachet in a load of the special mix.
Yeah.
Drop it in.
So you don't even squeeze out the ketchup?
Oh,
No.
No. 'Cause you need that body.
I have a fryer at home. I did battered spam the other day.
Nice.
It was great.
I love that.
Delightful.
Just you can batter anything.
That's great, but that's in the safety of your own kitchen.
Yeah.
Far
Not the Colonel's kitchen.
Not the Colonel's. The
Colonel's too busy dating. He doesn't care.
That's true. Yeah.
The Colonel's fighting back the rabid crowds outside.
Yeah.
They want.
Date me, Colonel. Date me.
They want something. You've got your flour. You got your sweet bread. You got your.
But what are you suggesting is available to me?
The world,
I know.
Except chicken.
except chicken.
Go down the road
Okay.
to the
then-
local McDonald's, get a 12-piece McNuggets, bring that back, coat
Yeah.
that in 11 herbs and spices.
Do you peel the nuggets or do you just no? No, double
Nope.
bread.
Yeah. No. Just go to Tesco. Can you not go to Tesco?
I
Can
guess
that not be allowed?
you're
Well,
allowed.
how far away is Tesco?
In this hypothetical world,
Well, based on most inner city KFCs, let's say 3 minutes away.
okay.
On
What are you
foot.
getting from there?
I'm getting chicken probably.
Oh, I see.
Like I'll go hello.
So you're going right to the source. It's got to be chicken.
I'm getting.
I'm saying
good,
anything.
Good shit from Source. Yeah.
Yeah.
Asparagus.
Hi. I like all your chickens. Please.
Okay, we don't have to roleplay this. I mean, we don't have to. I mean, we can.
We could if you want.
Okay, let's do it.
Hi.
Hi there.
I'm not from KFC, despite the uniform.
You're wearing a uniform.
This
Looks
is
like
just
you're from KFC.
this is my everyday attire.
Is that a fancy dress? This isn't Halloween.
Yes, Yes, fancy dress.
I'm another customer. Where's your medicine aisle? I've been horribly injured in a riot at KFC.
Sir,
I'd better hit the alarm.
sir, please. I'm trying to buy this man's chicken.
Get this man out of my Tesco's. I'm Mr. Tesco. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm Ted Esco.
I'm Mr.
I-
Tesco
Sir!
Senior. What's going on in here, son?
Hey, Dad. I hope I'm impressing you with
You're
today's...
worrying me, David Tesco.
Tesco?
You'll be out.
Soon this will be Desco's, Dad.
Soon all this will be mine. And
You're off.
we're going to throw out all the teas.
You're off for Will.
What? I was getting rid of this troublemaker. He was...
I'm no troublemaker. I am simply a man doing the walk of shame in a KFC outfit because I went to a fancy dress party last night that was based around fast food restaurants and the like, and now I would simply like to buy all your chicken. Please don't.
All of it?
All of it. Please don't read any of the latest news headlines.
Daddy
You can
smells...
you can smell smoke.
Daddy
It's your
smells
KFC burning down.
Turn to page 38.
Well, I think as a roleplay that went very well.
That was great.
And
Yeah, no, it's good.
scene.
Yeah, no, it's
that
marvelous.
That was
Yeah,
great. Yeah, that was really good.
Good.
Okay, well, thanks, guys.
it's great. It's great. So go check out KFC on Instagram because God knows they're hurting for followers.
Yeah, they really are. Go find that hipster
Go
colonel.
date the Colonel.
Go tell me how fit he is.
So I guess we've arrived at the most important part of the episode because we're slaves to formula.
We are.
What won, gentlemen? Love or hate?
Love
oh,
won.
but love shines strong. I think love might be. Well, your opinion is irrelevant now because it's 2 against 1. Could
Yeah,
be
wah,
love.
wah. Go on, tell us what you said anyway.
Watermelon isn't tuna.
Oh.
So
Well, at least you're true to your belligerent nature.
thank you.
That's great. I think love won.
I think love won.
I think love won.
Love
Whatever.
today.
I want some chicken.
Yes, that's right, actually.
Let's not go to KFC. That's
I've got
not
their number in my
not
phone.
the place. Speed dial. Hello, Colonel.
Hello, Colonel. Oh, hi, Nick.
I enjoyed our date last night.
At Food University.
Cut your fingernails. Anyway, well, we've been a show called Hate. Now we talked about SEO. We talked about marketing in this episode.
We did,
Oh,
didn't
we
we?
did.
Where are we going with this?
Well, if you, the listener, that's you,
Hello.
would like to help your dear friends at a show called Hate,
Is this promotion? We doing
this is promotion. Yeah,
Okay.
we're doing
yeah,
it.
we should.
How about
We
this is
usually
you?
forget this bit.
This is your New Year's resolution. Tell a friend.
Tell a friend about a show called Hey.
Tell a friend about how great we are.
Yeah,
Or
how
how
above
we're
average
not.
we are.
You got a friend you don't like?
Don't tell
Tell them to listen to us. We're not that good.
Don't tell a good friend, but lie to someone who you weren't that bothered about.
Tell one of your
in the first
medium
place.
level acquaintances. You know when you bump into a friend in town and it's like, oh, I haven't seen Craig in a while. I've got nothing to talk to Craig about. Oh, I know. I've been listening to a podcast. Just tell Craig.
Swear to a blood brother or lie to a casual acquaintance.
Yeah.
Everyone has friends they can afford to lose.
They
Hashtag just
do.
tell Craig.
Everyone.
Just tell Craig.
We'll be doing you a favour. Give them to us.
Yeah,
Get
we'll
them
take
out
them
of-
on.
Out of your life and into ours.
Get out of your life and into our car. Fine. And, maybe tell a friend, leave us a review on iTunes. I know it's horribly out of date, and by this point, you're probably just swallowing this episode as a pill. I don't know what.
Yeah,
Steve,
probably, no.
I don't know what Steve Jobs' virtual ghost has got planned for us.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
But yeah, please leave us a review on iTunes, Spotify, or if you're listening on Spotify, press that little follow button.
Yeah, do it.
Give us a follow. Just come on in.
Great. We've got none at the moment. Well, maybe we've got one. I don't
Come
know.
on in. The hate is warm. It's great. No,
If you leave a review, we'll read it.
no, brainstorming that one.
Do we get reviews?
Yeah, we have some reviews.
We have some.
I don't know.
Apple Podcasts. That's where it's not called iTunes anymore.
That's where it all began.
Why is it not called iTunes?
I don't know. They've rebranded.
Is it not? Oh, no, it's called
Well,
music.
that's
now,
more
isn't it?
syllables.
It's just called music.
That's more. That's more syllables.
What
Yeah,
music
well,
is.
yeah, but it's like
iTunes, Apple Podcasts.
It
That's
used to-
like
it used to be-
double the amount of syllables.
well, it used to be
Yeah,
like
it's a marketing faux pas.
listen on iTunes. Now it's like just listen on Apple Podcasts. It's just called
I
podcasts.
don't like it.
Yeah, who cares?
SEO.
It's not
there.
actually an apple.
Well, no. Good bread and apple.
It's a vegan app.
Maybe we should.
Of apple.
This is dying. Let's go.
This is audio poison. This has been a show called Hey. Thank you for listening. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy! Your boy Chimney! Boop, boop, boop.